Hello everyone, my name's Hemingway Jones and welcome to the channel. This is our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals and journaling, and just about anything and everything that's going to keep you inspired. Very happy to see you today. What I wanted to do today is something very, very special. So I think the most common question I get all the time is, how do I journal? And I've tried to answer this many different ways, different techniques that I use, the things I think about when I go into journaling, even the setting. I like a nice relaxing setting. Today, what I'm going to do that's a little different, and it's really a first time for this channel, I believe, I am going to journal, an actual journal entry live, well, in live time for you, just to give you some guidance of what I actually write in my 23 years of journals that you see behind me right there. So I'm going to do a journal entry today in this beautiful Bottega Obscura handmade, hand-bound journal. Got from the Bottega Obscura Etsy shop. Lovely people. This one was actually a gift. I'm going to use my Waterman 5 fountain pen. And just in case it runs out of ink, I have my trusty Esterbrook JR. The Esterbrook Jr., as I love to call it. These are actually kind of similar in scale. So they're pretty good, but they have two different colors in it. So we'll see how that works out. But super excited to start with this. The lovely journal. So let's switch over. Two cameras. There we go. Now, we're going to basically do the kind of entry I do. So, this is real. And it's also going in this gorgeous book, as you can see. I am covering up what I've written yesterday. Okay, beautiful pen. The Waterman 5 with a gorgeous flex pen. Okay, so how do we start? Well, we start by posting this pen. We're going to put the date. Today is April 28th. Now, sometimes you can even put the time if you like. All of these markers are indications of where you are. These are sort of the framework of your memories. So you can remember that exact moment. 10 years from now, I may look back and remember how I felt, how the air felt, or what spring smells were in my air. It's all encoded in these timestamps. And it's sort of like a mile marker on the journey of your life. So here it is, 8:23. Sometimes I do a very trite beginning. A lovely spring morning. And then something a little more real. But I have been feeling a little, I'll put a little stray mark there. I usually, if I do a stray mark or something when I'm writing either a letter or a journal entry, when I get to the next line, I try to incorporate it. So try to hide it that way. And it goes the same with any kind of stamping that may happen. If the ink was still wet and you shut the book and it stamps on the opposite page, as long as the opposite page hasn't been written on yet, you can incorporate it into your handwriting creatively sometimes. So, feeling a little bit down. I feel as if there is a shadow following me Oh, yeah, I'm not doing a good job here incorporating it. Oh well, we're just going to keep going. Sometimes I try to do a taller word just to incorporate that in. Hopefully you can read my handwriting. So you guys know that a lot of my journaling is me taking an assessment of my state of mind and constantly monitoring myself. I'm someone who has had a lot of depressive issues and haven't had a major episode of depression in 13 years because I journal and I look for the signs, and I almost see it like a bomb about to go off in my life, and I go in with this like mental bomb squad and I try to detonate it, or I guess detonate's not the right word, right? Deactivate it before it goes off. And I'm always appraising myself just to make sure I'm okay. And this time of year I tend to get down. I'm odd. It's spring and you think I would be happy, but generally I find April and May to be really tough. So it's something I've been battling, and I'm just keeping an eye on myself, but I'm fine, you know. I think it is seasonal. April. May. Now the only difference between me actually journaling and what I'm doing now is that I generally don't write this quickly. But if I were to do fully formed slow sentences, this would be the most boring video. But I think if I go briskly, and actually I'm not doing too bad. This pen is absolutely brilliant for my handwriting. So just the fact that I'm writing this quickly and not in the best posture, because I have to keep it under the light and there's a lot of accoutrement around me, mic, lights, multiple lights. So I'm making excuses for my bad handwriting. So I have a birthday in May. And I don't do well with birthdays. It's just, it's not like I'm afraid of my mortality or anything. I think I'm more afraid of time management. That I often feel like I'm running out of time to do the things I want to do. And I think for me, birthdays underscore that. And I find them very motivational, but also, sometimes it feels a bit as if your world is passing and there's a new world that's arising and it's someone else's world. It can be good, it can be bad, but it's not necessarily completely yours. Anyway, that's how I feel. And there are some things I want to do that I haven't done. I have not published a book. I've had several ideas that I'm so excited about, and one that would be so easy to write, but I've been doing other articles and a lot of our YouTube scripts and things, and of course I have a full-time job, which I'm very happy with and very successful at. So I'm just trying to fit everything in and feeling a bit mortal as I face my 56th year on planet Earth, which makes me feel rather old. But I actually physically feel fantastic. I feel like I'm 30, so it's a very strange disconnect, I must say. And also, for me, I tend to look at things like my own mental health as an interaction. It's like a conversation I constantly have with myself, and I tend to give it certain characteristics as if it's an abyss that follows me, that has a presence and a personality. And I think for me, it helps me that I can interact a bit with it. One of the things that's important to me is, like, I don't think you battle depression. I don't think you fight it. I think you endure it. And I have a video coming up soon in a couple weeks called Fountain Pens and Depression, which I'm super excited about. I might change the title, but if you see depression, fountain pens, it might be mental health and fountain pens, but it's that one. And it's all about enduring it and how I use fountain pens to help me to do that. And I get into a lot of specifics, and I recorded it at Worcester Art. So I think you'll really enjoy that one. That's coming out in a couple weeks. Cat hair. That's a constant issue. By the way, doesn't this make a fantastic scribing noise? Listen to that. Gorgeous noise. This pen has so much personality, and I feel like even in this sort of scribbly form of my handwriting, I'm really proud of it. I just feel like it's interesting. It's not perfect, it's not beautiful, but it's interesting. And I think in some ways that's almost better, right? There's nothing generic about it. It's very wholly me. So I am super proud of that. And my handwriting is generally getting better. Maybe not so much in this video, but... So you constantly have to monitor yourself. So one thing that I do when I get like this is I don't make any major life decisions. I try to be very easy on myself. I tend to be very productive too. I tend to focus on work and on my family, because I think if there's one reason why I haven't been depressed in like over a decade, it's because of my wife and my family. Like, I really do have purpose. And I think when you remove purpose, it's hard to get out of the little dips that we all encounter in our life. So this is a lot how, I mean, this is exactly how I would journal. And sometimes I come up with ideas that I end up using in my videos or on my articles. The toughest thing is writing and talking to you fine people at the same time. You're sort of doing two different sections of your mind. You're writing and you're expressing that inner dialogue, but then you're also then describing it. It's a bit of an out-of-body experience, and I'm actually looking at myself as I say that. So it's a multi-leveled sort of alienation from my core self, while my core self is pouring out, because I'm doing an actual journal entry and sharing it with you guys in relatively real time. I might edit this a bit if there's many pauses and things, but you'll see it's mostly going to roll, and I hope it comes out well. Yes, the most important thing is to endure. If there's one message from today, and it's outside of journaling, and it's outside of fountain pens, it's survive. Like, if you're feeling really down, get help, do whatever you need, but make sure you endure. Make sure you survive. I kind of look at my life like I'm trying to be like the Revenant. If a bear eats half of me, I'm still going to work. I'm still going to do whatever I need to do for my family and my friends and all of you. I just want to keep expressing myself, learning things, making connections in life, and evolving as a person. I've had such an evolution from where I once was to where I now am, that I'm really curious and excited for what comes ahead. And to be honest, that's probably a really good place to leave this. I don't know if I could say anything else better. I'll put this here, so if you want to screenshot it and really look at it, but when I journal, it tends to be these poetic appraisals of my mind and where I am and where I'm going. And I just really wanted to share it with all of you. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you've made it this far in the video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. I'd certainly love to have you following along on this journey with us. So I release new videos every Friday at noon Eastern, and there's normally a live show every Tuesday at 8 p.m. So I promise you, we will see each other again very soon, further up the road. So take care.